Hey guys, Brett here with another Untech video. Today, coming in by popular request, we're going to demonstrate how to scrape a popular site for finding lawyers, that's right, called Avvo, or Avvo, however you pronounce it. Either way, if you're an attorney recruiter, this might be of value to you. Now, Avvo seems like it's free, and you can search lawyers based on location, based on specialty, and even pull up phone numbers and some of the pro verified ones. So for today, we're going to be using two programs. One is Data Miner. You can see a link for it in the descriptions. Now, it's a free data scraper, but does prevent you from scraping certain premium web pages unless you pay, which I found out Avvo is actually one of those. So as a secondary measure, we're also going to be using Instant Data Scraper. And again, guys, I'm doing this in a bit of slow motion here so that people who are less qualified or less adept at using data scrapers can kind of follow along step by step and trying to break it down to a more simpler version of it. So let's take a look at it. So we're on Avvo here, and normally if we were going to perform a scrape with Data Miner, we'd simply click on the Data Miner logo, click on New Recipe, and start from here. Now it gives us two options again: list or details. Since it's not a product page and we don't want everything on one line, list page is what we're going to use. So we progress to rows, and here's where we have to tell it where we want it to scrape. We have to identify the rows. So we click on find and kind of move the cursor around so it highlights not all of them, not the whole page, but just one of the rows. Hit the shift key, and it'll give us a couple of examples here that we can choose in terms of element class. Now, a bit of trial and error here. Click one, see what happens. So if we click the LI element type, you can see it seems to get what we want. However, I'm noticing it's also picking up this bar at the front, which we clearly don't want. So let's get out of that. And if I click on the FSJ optimize original new layout element class, it seems like, I'm just going to move this over real quick. It seems like it's getting what we want. We scroll down. Looks good to me. We're going to hit confirm here. Now I'm just going to move this over to the other side here so we can see what's going on. And it counted 10 rows. And we see we only have 10 on this page. So it's perfect. Now we're going to go to columns. And this is where we're going to select what we want inside each one of these boxes. So first thing we want to try to do is click at the name. Now it gives us a couple of options here. Again, we're going to go by trial and error, or try this one. Nope. Try the element class. Not exactly what we want. Seems like it's getting that and the location. So we're going to try to select the parent and see if we can't zoom that out a little bit. And it gives us row, which doesn't work. And again, as I select parent, it seems to be growing bigger and bigger, which is sort of the opposite of what we want. So let's do away with that. Let's start from the beginning here. We're going to highlight the name and hit shift. So that resets it. And now, ironically, it's giving us two different ones, right? So strong, which might work, but it's also getting the rating, which we don't want. And U vertical, which again is getting too much. We have two options here. We could choose a sibling for either one of these. Let's start with this, and let's see if we can't use a sibling, which a lot of times will shrink what you're getting. So I click the up arrow, and it goes to element sibling 0 or O, and that seems to be good at what we want. So we're going to confirm it. Again, it's showing us 10 rows, which is perfect, but we're going to click the I to verify it. And look what we're seeing. It's truncating the name and telling us to upgrade to C in full, which is not what we want. So let's abort. Let's go to plan B, which if you've been paying attention to my other videos, should be your plan A. Let's give the instant data scraper by clicking on this little donut character up on top. It loads up, instantly identifies the table, and look at this: full name, reviews, how many years, You're getting a description of their practice, their telephone number, and also the telephone number in proper format. So we're going to click this X to get rid of that. A bunch of links which we don't need. It looks like their webpage, another link we don't need. So let's get rid of that. Seems like everything that we want on this page is here, but we still need to tell it how to paginate, how to go to the next page. So we're going to click on the Locate Next button, and we're going to tell it what that arrow is. It turns green, so we're going to click on it. It turns dark green, so we should be good to go. Let's click on, let's bring it back up onto the screen and tell it to start crawling. So as you see, it's going, shifting along pages pretty nicely, and then stopped after collecting 20 rows. Interesting. Let's see if we boot it up again and see what happens. And it crashes again. Interesting. Let's see if we can't troubleshoot this in real time here. Let's load it back up. Still keeps our original 10 results. Let's locate the next button again. Let's see if maybe we didn't click right on that. Okay. And let's give it a whirl again. Page 2. Page 3. All right, second time's a charm. Looks like we've been working for about 7 seconds. We already got 50 contacts out of 1,000. Now there is a cutoff limit, but I don't think I'm going to let this video run long enough to find it. Let's stop it at 100 names. And there you go. I'm just going to expand this box here, show you what we've got. We've got everything we need. Their name, their number, a link to their webpage, and their phone number. And this is really a hyperlink in href to their phone number, so it's kind of redundancy there. So there you go. Took us about 32 seconds to grab 100 contacts. We could then download it to a CSV or an XLSX. Either way, we got it. We got around Dataminr's limitations because it's a free account, switch to another free scraper, and we're good to go. So I hope this helped out. Check out the comments for the links to all these programs, as well as some other channels that you might enjoy. Thank you, guys.